Alright, people. So, Trover Corcoran on YouTube requested me to do top 10 WWE fails. Kind of a broad topic where you could, what do you consider a fail? Do you consider, storylines to be a fail? Do you consider whatever? So, I did most of these, I guess, are storyline things or whatever. I don't know. Top 10 WWE, like, would you consider the network a fail? Because so that's where I'm kind of getting at. But, I do have top 10 WWE fails right here from what I thought are fails. So here we go. Number 10, part-timers and old people's being in the main event. Like, when fucking Batista, Batista wasn't a part-timer, but, like, when they return, I guess I wouldn't consider Batista an old person, but I guess legends, whatever, former wrestlers coming back and just being put in the main event right away. Like Batista, put in the main event right away. Sting hasn't wrestled in over a year. Boom, right in the main event. You could be a legend, come back, and you get just right into the main event. I don't agree with that. I think you have to prove your spot in this company. Number 9, the commentating team. The commentating team is fucking stupid. It's probably because Vince and everybody else is just piping shit into their ear the whole fucking time. Just let them talk and do their job, alright? Number 8, Cena burying Bray Wyatt. You see Bray Wyatt's about to do this feud with the Undertaker, but he doesn't even seem like a legitimate opponent. And a big part of that reason is because of John Cena fucking burying him. You see, this is what they do. They have John Cena just go out and bury everybody. And then nobody's a legitimate, legitimate wrestler because they can't beat John Cena. If Bray Wyatt would have beat John Cena, then he would have seemed like a legitimate contender to Undertaker. But no, we have to have Cena just go over everybody. Number 7, Daniel Bryan being buried. They got Daniel Bryan, probably the most popular wrestler on the roster right now. The best wrestler, probably, or at least up there, top 3 probably. And they push some guy like Roman Reigns over him. You got to be joking me with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns beating Daniel Bryan. It's fucking bullshit. Number 6, various celebrity appearances. They've had a lot of celebrities on, like Hoda or whatever, and Lee, whatever. I don't fucking remember their names. They had Jerry Springer on. A lot of celebrity appearances that are just so fucking shitty and boring and stupid. Number 5, Reigns in the main event. As I said before in this video like a minute ago, Roman Reigns is garbage. Roman Reigns can't wrestle. I've made so many videos ranting on this horrible wrestler with no talent. It's just fucking, he's just horrible and does not deserve to be in the main event. Number 4, just John Cena in general. John Cena is fucking, he does have some talent, I'll admit that. He can wrestle. He does put on some really good matches, but he fucking is so PG, it's ridiculous. He goes out there, cuts PG-ass promos, he's boring, and I don't like him. That leads me to my, I do have one about the PG era, but next one's about the creative team. Creative team, oh my god, they are so bad. Look at the gimmicks they've created, like the Matadors, Fandango, Adam Rose. Do I have to go on? They're just so horrible with their gimmicks, and they cannot even put on a show that's halfway decent ever, it seems like. They are so bad. They are so horrible, the creative team, and Vince McMahon. I mean, this company is creating guys like the Matadors. Like, why the fuck would you even do that? There's no way a team like the Matadors could be tag team champions. And that leads, as I said, the Cena one leads me to number 2, the PG era. The PG era is a bunch of bullshit. I mean, you can't even hit people in the head with chairs. You can't do anything hardcore or extreme. You can't fucking even, swear, it seems like, half the time. Fucking, the PG era is just so boring. And just so watered down. Wrestling isn't made for 9-year-old children, alright? You never see a show. Fucking, have you ever seen a show? Maybe very rarely. It's aimed at fucking, more mature people, like your teenagers and your younger adults or anybody older than that. You never see a show like that change demographic to fucking, aim at kids. It just doesn't happen. Like, look at SpongeBob. You don't. It would be so weird if SpongeBob changed demographic to fucking appeal to older people. That would never happen. But they did it in wrestling. Oh, and then it's a family experience now, so now the kids can watch. Yeah, you know, no adults are watching because it puts them to sleep now. It's so fucking shitty. This is what I proposed. Have your SmackDown be like a PG show and Raw be the TV-14 show. All right, you know, split it up. Don't make it all PG bullshit. And number one, you know, as I said, I don't know if you know. These were all pretty much storyline, but I wanted to put a real event in here. So number one, I guess, is the Owen Hart death. I mean, Owen Hart fell from the fucking, you know, he's coming down, fell. I mean, that should have never happened. You know, and you always got to make, I don't know the details or what happened, but you always got to make sure those people are safe. And even if Owen Hart did cause it himself, I mean, you know, again, it should have never happened. It was something that, you know, something like this should, you know, I get that, you know, like with Darren Drozdoff, you know, it's a mistake, and you do put your life on the line when you do wrestle, and if something happens in the ring, I mean, that's a horrible thing like that, but I mean, if you do get paralyzed, you know, you could say it's avoidable, but I mean, it's a very risky business. But if somebody's like coming in on an entrance, falling from the, you know, coming in on the ceiling, it's just something that is totally avoidable and should have never happened. So there you go, people. There's your top 10 WWE fails. I'm sure there's a lot more. Those are just some of them. So yeah, comment your fails. What are your top, you know, who do you think is a failure? What do you think's been a fail in this company? Because there sure is a lot of them. You know, I could probably make a top 1,000 WWE fails list and still have 100,000 more to go. But there you go, people. There's your top 10 WWE fails.